What's up, YouTube? My name is Dan, this is Neomustangs, and this is my Foxbody Mustang channel. Today we're going to answer that question about which rooftop is lighter. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe below. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think, what I might have missed. Let's get into it. So I got a special treat for you today, as you probably won't ever get a chance to see something like this in two places. I got the two roofs to two cars. You know, they always say that light is might, and when racing terms, that means your vehicle can go faster if it's lighter. Coupes by nature are a lot lighter than GTs and convertibles for that matter. And they've raced side by side next to each other for years, and Coupe has always been the one that was sought after, especially nowadays when people are looking. As you can see, some of the weights of the Mustangs 87, 89, which are pretty much the same 92, 93. If you haven't noticed, I got a couple tops in the background. If you're interested as I am to finding out how much the difference is in the sheet metal. So as you guys already know, light is might. The weight of a coupe and the weight of a hatchback is on Google. It's normal information that you can go out there and find. Most of the people that like to race coupes because they're lighter and they're more aerodynamic than a hatch. They're obviously more aerodynamic and easier to race than a convertible for the most part. It's a good choice to use when you're racing. One of the things about the hatchback is the fact that it's heavier. That rear hatch is super heavy, the glass, all the extra sheet metal. So let me lay some rules down for my experiment on how I'm going to actually make this experiment work for me. For the hatchback, all we're going to measure is the rooftop, the hatch, the glass, and the GT wing that I have sitting here extra. We're going to leave the quarter windows out because we're pretty sure that the quarter windows are going to kind of just cancel each other because you're about the same weight. We are going to measure the coupe's rear glass because that one's actually missing here in the back. We're naturally going to leave things out like the doors because they both share the same doors. They both share the same windshield. And all this experiment is just to give you a base idea of the differences in weight from a coupe from a hatch. Now we're going to actually add about 40 or 50 pounds for the hatchback because you have extra trim in the back and you also have heavier seats in the rear. So we will add about 40 pounds for the extra interior pieces. Even though Coupe has junk in their trunk too, it's not as much as the hatchback. We're just basically measuring the rear hatch and the wing, the glass, the rear coupe, its trunk and its glass. And we're gonna get that opportunity to see how much they weigh versus each other right now. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and measure the GT wing and measure the coupe rear deck lid. And then we'll write them down and then we'll add some weight later on in a little bit. Then we're gonna go over and hit this hatch back and put this hatch over here on my little trusty scale. I ain't got no professional scale, so we're gonna have to use the scale that's sitting right here in front of us. Now, I weigh about 200 pounds. We're gonna subtract what the weight of 200 pounds minus whatever weight shows up on the scale. So first up, we're gonna weigh the GT. We're gonna set it on there. It should trigger it. It should be heavy enough to trigger it. And it is, it's exactly 15 pounds. That makes about sense. We're gonna add about 2 pounds to that because it's missing the light and the wing harness. I will put it at 17, no big deal, right? Don't mind my rooftop. It's been sitting outside waiting for somebody to use it for a long time. Wing plus horn, about 17 pounds. Next, we're gonna do the coupe rear deck lid, and we're just gonna go set it on there like we did the other one, and then we're gonna go mark it over on the top. It was exactly 22 pounds. Now we're also gonna add 2 pounds of that because it's missing its latch. Not in the best of shape, but it's fully loaded minus the latch. So coupe, trunk, 24 pounds. Now, obviously, this next one's gonna be a little more difficult for me. I'm gonna set the camera up a little bit different. We're actually, the hatch is just big and square and it's heavy. I'm going to add 5 pounds to this as well. It's missing the hatch trim, it's missing the hinges, and it's missing the lock. So we already measured the wing. I know this isn't a GT hatch, but the LX and the GT wing roughly weigh about the same. So again, this is all just experimental purposes because we got the stuff in front of us. So let me get this hatch up and get it over here on the scale. We'll see how much it weighs. All right, it lit up. 64 pounds, which surprises me. I thought it would be more than that. So the hatch itself weighed about 65 pounds. We're gonna add 5 pounds for the lock and the trim and a little bit of harness stuff that's missing. So we'll make it a cool 70 on the rear hatch glass itself. So hatch equals 70. So we got the 3 things right there that I think are kind of unique to the body style. Now it's time to weigh the coupe roof versus the hatch roof and see which one weighs more and overall what the weight differences is. Now don't make too much fun of me, but what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna lift these up and I'm gonna subtract 200 pounds from whatever they are, and that's what they're gonna weigh. So I'm pretty sure that I can get in the middle of this, bring it up, step on a scale, and do that with the coupe one, do that with the hatch one, and give you guys a generic idea on how much the sheet metal actually weighs versus each other. Here we go. Up. Okay. Scale reads 325 pounds, pretty much on the money. I lifted the hatch roof and it was about 125 pounds bare sheet metal. We're gonna add another 40 to it for the extra trim that's in the back, including some of the extra accessories that these normally have on them. Again, this is just a sheet metal roof that I had extra sitting in case one of my Foxbody friends or somebody that I know actually, had a tree fall in a car. So I didn't want to just throw it away because I've actually seen that actually happen quite a few times. So we're gonna write on the top was 125 plus 40. I think that's fair. So all in all, we got 165 plus 70 plus 17. So get basic math, baby. I don't know what they do with that Common Core, but that was pretty easy, huh? And I was cheating over here a little bit, but so I got 252 pounds that this hatch weighs, plus the wing, plus the hatch and the glass, and a little bit of the accessories. So now we're gonna go over here to the coupe and we're gonna weigh it by itself and then add the extra accessories that it has. Gonna lean over on this. This weighs 332 pounds, which surprises me because it felt heavy. I don't suggest doing this at home. The coupe sheet metal definitely felt heavier because I think of the deck lid has more of the sheet metal to it. A little more confined than the hatch was, but it weighed almost the same. 332 minus 200 is 132. We still have to weigh the glass. So let's go weigh the coupe glass because that actually is one of them too. So I dug out the coupe glass that I actually pulled off of this top. We're gonna measure it. And it weighs 15 pounds, give or take. So I measured the glass weighed about 20 pounds. The scale was kind of flopping around, so I think it was right around 20. So we'll add 20 pounds to the top. What do we have here? 44, 132, 6, 7, 176. So I'm done measuring. I think for now, it gives you an idea of what this stuff weighs. I took some of my experiment, and the only reason why I did this video is because I actually had 2 roofs right next to each other because we're doing Create a Coupe vlog. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, video's right here. We're gonna take this top and put it on a convertible or a hatchback. And this had been sitting in the back waiting to be used for somebody who needed it, possibly for something that got a roof crushed. You never know, a car might have had some damage on the roof, or even somebody who wants to get rid of their sunroof. Final numbers came to 252 here roughly. And our coupe one was 176 with the glass and the rear. It's about 75 pounds difference. Coupe is definitely lighter. You got to factor in the fact that, you got 5 and 10 pounds here and there with the hatchback. The quarter windows do weigh more. They're extra plastic in the back. The seat framing in the rear, the seats are definitely heavier, the lay down seats. And also want to factor in that the LX is lighter than the GT. The GT has extra pieces. That is definitely something to think about as well. This is just measuring the two tops and showing you that they're lighter. They're almost comparable as far as sheet metal is concerned. But when you start getting into the hatchback and the wing and all the accessories, the ground effects, if it's a GT, then you start really talking some weight. And remember, light is might. So if you're trying to go fast, obviously the Coupe is the better option, as we already knew. All right, so that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just happened to have these two things next to each other, and I just felt that it had to be put on video. If you like my channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe below. Hit that bell for notification. I have a membership. If you're interested in supporting the channel, click the join button down below. Find out more information about that. Super appreciate all my subscribers for watching. Make sure you stay tuned. Got more videos to come. I appreciate you. See you soon.